With so many survivor perks to choose from, it can be quite difficult to point out exactly what are the good and bad perks are in Dead by Daylight. So in this video, I wanted to point out what my top 5 survivor perks are and why they deserve to be at that spot. Please consider that this is just my opinion and this may not be best for your playstyle, so make sure not to get too worked up, you sweaty tryhard. First off, I would like to give an honorary mention to the perk Kindred. Shout out to all those solo queue players out there. This perk allows you to see where other survivors are and all the other survivors can see each other. This is a perk that only happens when you are hooked, so this will only happen twice. And what makes this perk extremely good is that it provides communication to your team without actually saying a single word. So while you're on the hook, you can have someone distracting the killer, one person can come in and save you, and that means lastly that other person can then stay on the generator. That person doing the generator across the entire map can stay on that generator without having to worry about saving you. On top of all of that, you are able to see the killer's aura as well if they are near the hook as well. Which means that if they are camping, essentially your team will understand that the killer is camping and utilize that time on whether it's worth to come and save you or just do 3 gens all at once. Although if you do play as Survivor with friends, even with more than 2 people, this perk does lose its value a lot, which is why it is just an honorary mention. At number 5, we have Resilience. Now, I'm sure that this is already considered quite a controversial statement and maybe even overrated, but this is my absolute favorite perk in Dead by Daylight. In most of my builds, I tend to bring this perk just because it provides a 9% speed to literally everything you do. This includes gens, vaulting windows, totems, exit gates, you name it, it does everything. This can also combo with a few other perks that will be on this list as well, which can create some really strong synergy. And I put this at number 5 because although it is a fantastic perk, in my opinion, it is a perk that is kind of like a jack of all trades, but doesn't utilize any strong impact to the game. And plus, these other perks I do believe just do things a lot better. At number 4, we have We'll Make It. Although this is a slightly more niche perk, I think that this is one of the best healing perks that we have as survivors. Once you unhook someone, you are given 90 seconds to heal at 100% faster speed. And this isn't just for the survivor that you unhooked, this goes for everyone. As this is kind of like a timer perk, this allows you to then heal other people around you within a 90-second window. And 90 seconds does last quite a long time in this game. If you're able to heal someone in about 8 to 10 seconds, that will save so much time, either defending another survivor or getting on with another generator. It just shaves so much time off and brings so much value to the game. Especially as of right now, there is a lot of people still using Sloppy Butcher, which does slow down your speed, but if you bring this perk, it will almost be able to counteract that a lot. So this will put a lot less pressure on you to heal. And for that reason, I do think it does deserve to be in the number 4 spot. For the number 3 spot, we have Prove Thyself. Now again, I'm pretty sure that this is quite a controversial perk, especially for those altruistic survivors out there, but Prove Thyself is probably one of the most efficient perks for doing gens with other people. What this perk does is it provides a 0 reduction of efficiency when doing a generator with another teammate when you are on the same generator. This means essentially that you'll be able to shave off a little bit of time doing the generator with someone else. And although true, not everyone needs to run this perk as it will be wasted in some regards, this only works with someone, so 2 people having it won't make any impact. But if 1 or 2 of you bring it as a team, then you are able to do generators much quicker than you normally would. And at the end of the day, you're supposed to be doing generators and doing them as quickly as possible, so why wouldn't you bring a perk that allows you to do things a lot quicker? And of course, this can be stacked as well, so if you bring Resilience as well, then you get an extra 9% on top of that all, so, you know, have a think about that. At number 2, we have a tie between Made for This and Off the Record. Now the reason I added 2 perks here is because I do believe that Made for This will probably, if not definitely, be nerfed very soon, which is why I put Off the Record here. Now Made for This provides you a 3% increase of speed when you are injured. So this is a very nice way of kind of keeping the chase going even slightly longer. As I've mentioned before, time is everything in this game. So even if you can keep a chase going for an extra 5 seconds, that is an extra 5 seconds that someone could be doing a generator. So just, you know, it all comes down to that basically. On top of it all, it provides a 10-second endurance when you heal someone. So basically, you could take a free hit in situations like that. So if maybe a killer is slugging, then you can quickly run up to them, assuming that they're in the dying state and they're like 95% done, then you can just like quickly heal them up, and then you gain that 10-second endurance status effect. And if many cases, the killer will always hit you instead of the other person because they feel like they might be able to down you before they can pick up the other person. So this is an immensely powerful perk sometimes. It is situationally extremely good, but assuming that there will be nerfs coming soon, I will just assume that this perk might not be in this list in the near future. Now for off the record, however, this perk allows you to give yourself a 90-second endurance status effect when you get unhooked or you unhook yourself. And when you hear unhook yourself, you think deliverance. This is a very helpful tool for tunneling and also kind of maybe just taking a free hit for someone. So if you unhook yourself or someone unhooks you, just run towards the killer if they're chasing someone and just take a free hit for them, get out of there, and they can continue that chase, or they can start chasing you if you feel like it. But let's say you're right next to a generator, it's nearly done, and you just want to get that done. Fine, you can lose that endurance status effect. That's not a problem. But what you still do have is you still have 100% reduced noise of grunts of pain, which is kind of like the old Iron Will. And on top of it, everything else, you also gain the ability to not show your aura if the killer is bringing an aura reading perk. So that barbecue and chili, they won't be able to see you. This perk just provides so much utility in just 90 seconds, and this could be done twice. This has potential of 180 seconds worth of time, in which in a competitive scene, you're basically done majority of the generators by that point. So those are the two perks I do believe stay at the number 2 spot. And let me know as well if you think Made for This is either like overrated, overhyped, or whether you think it doesn't deserve the nerf. Let me know down in the comments below. Now at the last spot we have, yep, yeah, you probably saw it coming. I think everyone saw this coming. It is adrenaline. Now there is a reason why so many people still bring this perk, and plenty of videos explaining how adrenaline is one of the best perks for survivors. This perk allows you to provide an instant heal and a free sprint burst when all the generators have been completed or the hatch has been closed. Now think of it that way, an instant heal. So there's no waste of time healing. Maybe you're in a chase and you're injured. You can pop off adrenaline, run towards some safety or some pallets, or even just try and get to the exit gate because you're assuming that maybe your team is already opening the door. This provides so much safety for you in a game like this, and is also extremely efficient as you're not wasting any time. This perk goes off regardless if you've used your exhausted state as well. So maybe if you use Lithe and then you pop off the adrenaline, and then you've basically got double sprint burst. Mental. This helps you get to the gates quicker. This helps you survive longer if you're being chased. And then on top of everything, even if you're in the dying state, this will instantly put you into the wounded state. So this will pick you up as well. You don't need survivors to come and help you. There's so much utility in this perk, especially near the end game, where this has saved me so many times. If you haven't tried this perk, please try it out. Maybe it doesn't work for you, or maybe it does. I can promise you that this perk will provide results. Except if you get completely destroyed at the beginning of the game. So I quickly wanted to show you exactly what sort of build that I would normally run if I'm playing competitively, and this will consist of, if not all, the perks that I have said in this video. So we have Adrenaline, Resilience, Made for This, and Prove Thyself. This build means I'm able to do gens a lot more efficiently with teammates, and also provide a 9% increase speed in doing the gen as well if I'm injured, which I most likely will be. I can also hold my own in a chase with increased movement with Made for This, and the vault speed of that Resilience as well is 9% faster. And then lastly, on top of it all, we have Adrenaline, which will then pop off when we have finished all the generators. And normally I am sort of like a gen jockey, so I will most likely be in the injured state majority of the game, and this last pop will just provide me a lot more safety at the end, assuming they're not bringing Noed. So that is everything. If there is a perk that I'm missing or that you swear by, please let me know down in the comments as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more Dead by Daylight videos.